Hello friends, this is Suman Rudra. I'm an HR professional from India. I thought of starting an audio cast for some of my listeners to kind of spread the knowledge about what's happening in the area of human resources and also general economic trends related to talent. So yesterday I had a privilege to attend the LinkedIn Connect at Bangalore. Just would like to share a few important key highlights that were shared in the conference. Starting with India, I think there was a recent Morgan Stanley report which projected India's GDP to grow in excess of 7.5 trillion by 2031. I think the country is going to be the third largest economy by 2027, surpassing Japan and Germany. So I would advise you to kind of read through the report. That's because it gives you great insight about the future of the country. Now let's go to some good stats that were shared about from the LinkedIn perspective. So the one stat which was shown about workforce confidence index, it's very similar to what in HR we know as employees engagement index. So I think it was at peak somewhere in the month of Jan 2022, and then it kind of was coming down, and in September I think the workforce confidence index is at one of the is at the not the lowest, but yeah, it's kind of going down. Somewhere the index is somewhere around 33 now. At the peak it was almost near 42. So that basically represents the general trend of job market going forward. The next is about an interesting feature was shared about remote jobs. So I think this is a trend which has been picking up post COVID, and in fact immediately during COVID I think the remote job percentage was as high as 40%, but now I think it has come down to a reasonable level to around 15% globally, and I think in India it is still lower at around 10%. But the fact of the matter is the demand for remote jobs is still at high. So at a global level, out of all the job applications which get posted, people apply for, I think it's around 50% is the demand for the remote jobs. But in India, I think it is the demand for remote jobs is lesser, around 20-21%. So globally, I think the trend is that people want more remote jobs. I think the demand is there, but I think the supply is not there. But I think that's a trend that HR professional needs to see going forward, and how to kind of make their EVP focused around a possibility of remote jobs. The next insight that was shared was around skills, and I think largely people are hired for skills and competency, but there are other things which as of now takes prevalence, things like experience, things like pedigree. I think there's a greater push towards more equitable selection of people, and I think that can only be done through skills. As of now, around 29% of skill sets of jobs have changed, in 2015. So basically, the aspect which was shared here is that the skill required for a job is also changing. Okay, so way back in 2015, what was needed, and today there's a 30% change which has already happened on the same job. So, for example, a job of an HR business partner. So 30% changes happened in the last 6 years, but I think the change is going to be more dramatic in the next 3 to 4 years. I think the projection by LinkedIn was around 48% of the skill set for the job of an HR business partner is going to change by 2025. So basically, what it means is that the need, the job remains same, but the skill requirement for the job keeps on changing. So I think the entire focus was how to kind of build your, keep rebuilding, your skills so that you stay relevant with respect to not just your role, but also with the changing role requirement in the changing dynamic world that we stay in. So I think the focus of the conference was how to kind of build the skills. So we as HR professionals need to not just build skill for our employees, but also for ourselves. And there are a lot of avenues to build skills. And I think going forward, there is also a projection by LinkedIn that the talent pipeline can also increase by 10x if the skill-based approach of hiring is taken. So I think that's pretty relevant for us because we keep on thinking about narrowing talent pool. So I think moving from the current I would say broad-based system of hiring, in which a lot of other things are also given more prevalence, I think skill-based hiring will kind of open up more opportunities and more bigger talent pipeline. But the questions definitely remains assessment of skills, kind of a validation of skills, having a uniform kind of standardization on the skills are some of the questions which are still to be answered, and some I would say kind of an industry standardization in different functions in different job roles still needs to be established. So there's some way to go there. So I think the trend is more about skill-based hiring.